I'm Michael Gore, the composer. This is Dean Pickford, our lyricist, and Larry Cohen, who's written the book, who also adapted the novel to the screen.
The three of us have been working on this show for the last few years, and now thanks to a very talented group of performers who's on its feet for the very first time, its first stages and the reading. What you're going to see and hear today will require your imagination. There are a lot of special effects in our show, thanks to Carrie's very strange gift. Lights explode, objects levitate in the air, windows slam, lasers come out of Carrie's fingers. You get the idea. You won't see any of these. Nor will you see the choreography that's going to play a dynamic role in our musical. A very 80s, very MTV-style approach to dance in the theater. But what you will see and hear today are the music and dramatic highlights of the first act of Carrie the Musical, based on Stephen King's classic novel.
In the early winter of 1972, a Maine housewife dusting her husband's makeshift study fished a manuscript out of the wastebasket and sat down to read it. When Stephen King returned from teaching high school English that evening, his wife Tabby persuaded him to resume work on the abandoned novel. Several months later, he submitted the revised version to Doubleday and Company. The following March, they published Carrie, a little novel about an ugly duckling who discovers in her unhappiness that she has a strange and wild talent, telekinesis, the power to move objects with her mind. The motion picture that followed was directed by Brian De Palma. On midnight of Halloween in 1975, we snuck Carrie in hundreds of theaters across the country. When the movie was released a few months later, Pauline Kael in The New Yorker called it the best film of its kind since Jaws, a teasing, terrifying, lyrical shocker. It went on to win Oscar nominations for Sissy Spacek in the title role and Piper Laurie as her fanatic mother. The prologue begins with the stage in total darkness. A single light pin spots 17-year-old Carrie White.